Sam Darnold and Cam Newton will play this weekend versus the Tampa Bay Bucs. Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media, covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe. New setting here. Hope you like it. Welcome into my office. It is officially too cold to be outside, and the enhanced protocols and the NFL are making things virtual right now for media covering the Carolina Panthers. So, we're going to make it do it, make it work. But let's go ahead and get into the topics for that subject that you saw regarding this video. Cam Newton's been struggling, 0-4 as a starter. Coach Rhule has been critical of him. Sam Darnold was designated to return last week. So what exactly is going to happen? We all want to know. So I was lucky enough to be the first one to ask Coach Rhule about the quarterback situation. And let's just go ahead and jointly take a listen to what he said about his quarterback situation. See if I can get the right one up for you guys. Darnold and your expectations for him this week and Sunday.
Yeah, Sam had the MRI and the CT scan yesterday. They cleared him for contact. So got him some reps in practice today. I thought he looked good out there. Cam will start the game. Will have a major role in the game, but Sam will play at some point.
All right, so there you see it there. Hopefully everything worked out well. Again, new setup, so nobody's yelling at me about anything, so I'm assuming that you're able to hear what Coach Rhule has said. I see Hamtastic has signed on, and let me go ahead and show this comment. If Sam is playing, I'm done for the season. All right, Ham, you look like you're going to be done for the season. So in regards to that decision to get Sam involved, though it was something that I did not see happen back, it was the beginning of November when Cam Newton was first signed. I didn't think that Sam would have much of a chance to come back. And if he did, he'd just be wearing the ball cap. But, we haven't been getting the results that we expected. Sam Darnold has a contract that says we will pay him pretty much $20 million next year. So Coach says that he wants to see what Sam can do. They brought Sam here to be a starter, and he had the injury, and so now it's time to take an opportunity as they evaluate things to see what he can get out of Sam, and see if Sam can play at the same level again before he went out. He did go on and said, I believe he said that Sam was 4-5 as a starter. Cam has been 0-4. So in that regards, there's some merit to it. I'm not saying which one should happen. I'm just giving you all, which I like to do, the facts for you to decide on how you want to feel about things. And what about Sam's conditioning? Well, they brought Sam back, designated to return last week, just for this reason, so that they could have him with a chance to get his conditioning up to par. Says that Sam has been doing things like riding the Peloton bike and other things to make sure. And today he took some throws. Today he got some reps. So they're going to continue to see how he progresses for the week. Now, how much will Sam play this weekend? What all will he do? That information isn't known. And certainly I understand Rhule wants to try to get advantages to where he can, throw the defense off where he can, and really doesn't want to put all of that out there. It's only Wednesday in terms of what exactly they're going to do. Will Cam play the first series and then Sam come in? All that jib jab, doesn't know. So that's the latest on Sam and coming in. I see we got a few comments here. David Randolph, he'll be at the game this weekend. Hope you can see Cam close up. Yeah, Dave, you'll definitely be able to see Cam Newton. You'll see him. Coach said he's going to play. Coach said he's actually going to start. I don't know if I've said that yet so far in this broadcast, but Cam Newton will actually start this Sunday versus the Tampa Bay Bucs. And Brad said he heard my question to Rhule about the Bucs. It wasn't about coaching. but it was about the team. And yeah, to me, it did kind of stand out that he said they have great coaching. Um, it stands out because we're in the midst of trying to figure out exactly what kind of coaching that we have here in Carolina. But Brad, yeah, that was nice of you to pick that up. And Joe Person did ask Matt Rhule about, has he had any conversations with David Tepper about his future? He said no. But I don't know if you could flip that and say, well, has Dave had conversations towards you about your future? It's, I won't say it seemed completely weird or anything like that, but we're kind of hypersensitive these days, trying to figure out information, trying to understand what the future is going to be. But if we go with what Coach Rhule said, he has not had any conversations with Tepper about his future. Let's go get Wilson from Seahawks. He's gone next year. Yeah, that now I hadn't. Let me put this comment up there. I hadn't had a chance to really dive into that part, but I know Wilson and Seattle, they have not had the best of years. So we'll just wait and see. I know Russell did go to school at NC State. Could be wrong, but I know he went to college somewhere in Carolina. So maybe that could help us if that somehow becomes a possibility. I'm not saying I know how. Just responding to my man's comment here from David. So let's go ahead and continue to move through today's news that I have to share with you guys. What I got next? I did ask Coach about the offense and defense. I won't get too much into that, but he said that Brady gets the ball out super, super fast. And we also had a chance to speak with Brian Burns, and he said it's kind of annoying. You can get where he's coming from. He's like, he gets the ball out so fast, it almost feels like a wasted snap. In the sense that he's going to keep trying. He's going to do everything he can to get to the guy, but dang it, it's annoying that he gets the ball out so fast. And not only does he get the ball out fast, but he gets the ball out fast and extremely effectively. He reads the defense extremely well, and he's not just throwing the ball up there like, hey, who can I get this ball to because I'm under pressure or I want to get this ball out. He knows exactly what's about to happen. He's able to deliver a ball on target and a pretty good ball. Hey, this Tampa Bay Bucs team is the top scoring team in the NFL, so we're going to have our hands full with him. Let me backtrack for a second because I was supposed to talk about the injury report and transactions. I normally do that at the top of the video, and I forgot to do that. So let me backtrack for a second because I was about to say something which indicates to me that, hey, I forgot to go over the all-important injury report. So wide receiver DJ Moore, he did not practice today due to his hamstring. So during the game up in Buffalo, didn't want to come out. Don't know if it made things worse. Coach doesn't know how he's going to, if he's going to play. He says, looks like the DJ Moore thing will be a game time decision versus the Bucs. And yes, oh my gosh, what kind of position could that put us in? Cornerback Stephon Gilmore was a knee, limited in practice. Strangely enough, Gilmore did not know that he was on the injury report today. He revealed that today when he was speaking with the media. But hey, I'm just here to let you know the facts that I have. Tackle Cameron Irving, he was limited in practice with a calf today. Brady Christensen did take a lot of the reps with the ones. And also we had, let me just pull this up so it can make sense what I'm about to share with you. Quite a few transactions, and I know this may be slightly confusing, but we're going to go in reverse order from what you see on the screen because the team puts it out in this order from recent to last, but I like to talk about them and flip. So hopefully you can follow along. But here we go. We released running back Jaquez Patrick from the practice squad, and then we claimed linebacker Azur Kamara off of waivers from Dallas. And then we're just going to skip up, and you'll see he's listed again on this transaction because he was placed on the reserve COVID list. So I'm going to do a little bit more digging just to understand how this worked. Not trying to point a finger and say, hey, they're bad for this or bad for that. But I like to educate everybody as well. I don't know if when you claim a player off waivers that he has to pass a physical first. It maybe you claim him, then you fly him in, and maybe you could reverse everything if something goes crazy with a physical, this, that, or the. I don't know. But I asked Coach Rhule about, did he pass a test and then fail a subsequent test. He says he's not sure, but right now he did fail a test and he is on the COVID list. And in terms of the plan for the guy, they don't know. He says a guy with that talent, with the speed that he has, I think he said a 4.3 speed on the 40, his ability to rush. He wants to see how he could fit in when a guy like that became available. You just kind of don't want to miss out on evaluating a player like that. So that is the reason for the pickup on Azure. And lastly, in terms of what Coach Rhule talked about today, so everybody knows that there's a 4th and 1 that happened in that first quarter in Buffalo, in which we didn't make the first down. We all thought that Cam Newton was going to run for the ball, and he didn't. And then after the game, Coach said that Cam should have not passed the ball. So anyway, Coach apologized for it the other day. I'm sorry. He said it was the wrong call. I'm sorry. He said that he was incorrect about his analysis of that play, and then said what should have happened, which is pretty much how it went, but said that the play should have not been called. So today, Coach was asked about his criticism of quarterbacks and said that, when he was answering that question, he was going to criticize the play, not the player, but Cam was the one who had made the play, and that he feels like coaches like Bruce Arians, coaches do criticize particular players. So I think he was inferring there that it's not like it's the first time that it's been done. And he wasn't trying to just throw somebody under the bus. I'm giving you my opinion here of what he said. But he went on to say that also Cam has said, coach me hard, be on me. And so he's trying to coach Cam and he's trying to get the most out of Cam. But they had their normal Tuesday Tuesday conversation where they go over things and say him and Cam are good. Everything's good. And that was his response about his criticism on quarterbacks, not feeling like he picks quarterbacks out more than any other position on the team to be critical. Certainly, I could say in his defense, he is certainly asked about quarterbacks a whole lot more than he is asked about players, including the offensive line. It's generally the offensive line as a whole that he's asked questions about, not particular Cam Irving, et cetera. Now, he's been asked about those people, not saying that, but just overall, time and time again, you're going to hear specific quarterback questions, more so than you're going to hear from any other position that's on the team. I see a few comments here, so always don't want to forget those comments. Let's see what we got going here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yeah, glad to hear we got a kicker. Oh, yeah, I didn't finish going over the transactions. I'm glad that you said that. So let me get back to the transactions. Sorry. We placed cornerback A.J. Boye on injured reserve. So Boye he's going to be out for the season. We signed kicker Liram. I can't say his full name, and I got a few notes on him that I want to share with you guys. Let me see if I can find it really quick. So the kicker that we signed today, let me tell you about him. And please share your comments. Share your comments. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. Liram. Will not at all attempt to say his last name. Signed him. And right now, as of this very moment, I'm not too excited about the signing of our kicker. For one thing, for me, when you sign a kicker that was previously not good enough to beat out Joey Sly, in other words, this kicker was behind Joey Sly in Washington. I'm kind of like, what exactly are we getting here? Furthermore, after a little bit more research, I think the guy's about 31 or so. Basically, he's not young like Gonzalez or even Sly for that matter. He's only had one NFL game that he has kicked in. Furthermore, and lastly, this guy's actually been with the Carolina Panthers a couple of times in the past and didn't work out. Didn't last long at all. First time he was out pretty quick because there was something, and this was kind of interesting with his work visa. I didn't even think something like that was possible at this level, that they had to let him go. And then he came right back and didn't make it too long. So basically, if you follow along, there's a lot of in, out. He's on Washington football team. And so, yeah, I don't know at the moment. I don't feel good, but we now have him on our 53-man roster. And we also signed kicker Alex Kessman to the practice squad, presumably as some backup. And then, of course, and very much unfortunately, Zane Gonzalez has been placed on the injured reserve list, meaning he's going to be out for the season due to his hamstring. Did I get that right? Was it his hamstring? I'm sorry, due to his quad, not his hamstring. Zane Gonzalez out due to his quad. And I love to be like a real person with everybody that's watching, right? My job is awesome. I love what I do. It's very exciting. I love working for you all. And sometimes when you have a chance to see these players other than just as a number on the field, you have different reactions. And I remember, of course, early in the season, I interviewed Zane, and saw that he didn't have many people on Twitter. I said, hey, let's get this guy over 1,000 followers, and we have. And then later on, I saw Zane. Actually, Zane saw me, and we had a little quick conversation, kind of walking and talking. And I was like, man, this is a really cool guy. I feel like Zane could be my buddy. And I mentioned something about the Pro Bowl and said, man, hope that you make it. And he's like, yeah, that would be really cool. And I think he had 17 field goals in a row that he's made for the team. So it looked like he was going some places. Looked like he had a really good chance to make the Pro Bowl. So just letting you know, sucks when these guys get hurt, and hope that Zane Gonzalez recovers and can continue the form in which he has had this season. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Let me see if I have a few comments that were on here. Anthony Rochelle, I'm doing good. Hey, what happened to you yesterday or Monday? Sunday, you had asked if you could be on the show. And I said, well, I can't really do it on Sundays, but I could have you on Monday. I didn't see you on Monday, man. Where were you? Let me know. What else? Eric Rivera says, never thought my Panthers would ever go through some crap like this. Yeah, we are in the middle. We're going to have 4 losing seasons in a row. And I would call that zero fun. Zero fun. Sorry, Eric, but I'm here with you through it. Anthony's excited for next year. Alec Barnett, are you going to do any mock drafts? So there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming each year. Charlotte Vibe, we go to get better. We go to do more. I hope you guys are noticing that. I say guys, you all are noticing that we do a lot more videos this year. We do a lot of interactive videos for the reason that I feel like I want to be an outlet where we can interact, we can touch, we can know each other. And I hope you've enjoyed it. So I don't want to say what all is coming next year, but that mock draft will not be something that is coming, but I will. And I talked to a member of the media the other day about coming on the show and being able to provide some expertise about the draft and what they feel like we will do. So that is my way of having that kind of content. Appreciate the question, Alec. Appreciate you. Hopefully you have subscribed. If you have not, please do so. I hadn't done my subscribe pitch. Trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the season. We got 3 more weeks. We got a ways to go, but if you all like the video, which costs you nothing, it helps my videos to be seen, which helps people to discover me and subscribe. And the reason that I want you to subscribe is it helps me do more for you guys. It really does. It helps me get more interviews. It helps me get more questions answered when I have a larger number of subscribers. So that's why I ask, and I hope you do so. Let me see here. Oh, man. Sorry that you're not excited about the future. Hopefully that'll change. Hopefully I feel like even if Matt Rhule is here at the end of the season, that you're going to see some changes. I know that may make a lot of people punch the screen, but I really don't see. I mean, Tepper, Rhule has made changes. Rhule is trying to do things, and it's not working. It has not worked the way that we wanted it to. And I would find it extremely hard to believe this guy doesn't know his job is on the line. So when we do go into an offseason, if Matt Rhule is there, fan of him or not, it's like survival of the fittest. This guy's going to have to do some things to try to make next season look promising. Yeah, Anthony. Every Monday I go live. So if next Monday you're ready to go on, then come on. I'm going to go ahead and plug it, let you guys know ahead of time. Joe Person will be our special guest from The Athletic this Monday coming up after the Bucs game. Yeah, Murhai, don't have any answers for you on that in terms of the free agents being re-signed. Appreciate you asking though. Would you consider Cam and Sam starting a early open quarterback competition for next year? I like that question. If Cam, I don't know if I want to say improves, but if Cam plays some good games for the rest of the season, then I feel like we could be in for a quarterback competition because Cam certainly wants to keep playing. If he's just, okay, I don't feel like he's going to have many other glaring offers that he wants from other teams at this point if he's struggling. So if he's able to do okay, give us some opportunities to win, doesn't just give the game away, then certainly why not keep, like Sam's going to be here and Cam basically is going to be a free agent to continue to be here. So, let him stay here and give him another contract, give him a shorter contract. I don't think the Cam can negotiate a higher contract, right? And then if he doesn't work out, get rid of him before the season starts, kind of like what New England did. I feel like that would be a good idea. And this is also not knowing what other opportunities we may have in the draft. This is not knowing what other opportunities we may have with free agencies. That's the way that I was answering that question, just to give you some context. Can I go on Facebook Monday? Yeah. It doesn't matter if you're on Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. There's a link that I put out there, and you're welcome to click on it and join the video and ask your questions. So absolutely. Alex, so does that mean that you are a new subscriber? Did you recently discover us by any chance? I'm going to give Alec a chance to answer this question before I sign off. And nobody said anything about the new look. Like, again, I'm in my office in the studio. Normally I'm on the field, or sometimes I go outside, but none of that's going to happen anymore. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. So Panther Nation podcast was on the show on Monday. Definitely will continue to work with those guys. I like working with anybody that's on YouTube, to be honest with you. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want me on there for some of your content, just reach out to me. I'm extremely easy to get in touch with. But thank you, Alec, for being a new subscriber. I hope that you will enjoy it. You see, we're interactive, and definitely appreciate you coming on and subscribing. Help me to get to some other subscribers. So, hey, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. And tomorrow, I have an interview with long snapper J.J. Jansen. And, talking about these COVID protocols is going to be different. Instead of being in person, it's going to be like a Zoom. So that's going to be different for me. I've never done that in terms of a one-on-one interview with a player like that. So we'll do that tomorrow, see how that works out. I'm sure it'll be fun, but I always get worried when I'm doing something new. And we'll continue to monitor this Sam Darnold situation along with Cam Newton. And let's not forget P.J. Walker is on the team, and Matt Barkley. And I want to remind you that on Saturday, hour and a half before the game, me and Lauren will be broadcasting live for our pregame show to get you all ready with a bunch of good information, facts, stats, inactives for the game versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then we'll also go live post-game to let you know about how, what we observe, what players are saying, what coaches are saying post-game, and I appreciate it. And Danielle said, you should get together with C3 Panthers podcast. Yeah, I've been on C3 Panthers podcast, so we'll continue to be on there. And they were on our show this season as well. So lots of good My Monday shows when I have guests, lots of good guests that are lined up. But again, for the next one, that'll be Joe Person from The Athletic. I don't want to go too far ahead of myself in terms of the guest list because we're always living in the now. So that's it. My family's in town. Today is my brother's birthday, so I'm going to get home, get to them. So you all, hope you are enjoying the holidays with your family. Hey, be safe, okay? Be safe. I'm not going to go on to some COVID rant, but this Omicron is more contagious. Seems to be spreading around a lot faster than any other variant has. So I have a mask here. I have a mask everywhere. Be safe, all right? That's it. Everyone, have a good one.